Hi, hello, and welcome. I'm definitely not Vlad, and you're watching me hit 2.5k or Keystone Hero on a Blood DK in the War Within Season 2. To do this, we are going to have to do a Theater of Pain. Well, I could also do Cinnabar Meteor or a Priory of Sacred Flame, but I've done already those two, I believe, in separate videos, so I may as well just do a Theater of Pain, because I don't think I've done that, actually. So we're going to look for that. We only need 3 rating. Realistically, I could time a better 8 Theater of Pain and probably get the 3 rating I'm missing, but we're going to go for a 10 just to keep it a little bit more interesting. We're at 660 item level because I did some 10s to get to this rating. We did that on stream. Speaking of the stream, Danny and I will be doing the Mediocre Push this weekend, where we go from 0 to hero on brand new level 80 characters over the span of a single weekend, so make sure you tune in. It's going to be 3 days of 12-hour streams until we hit 2.5k rating on these brand new characters. It might be shorter on the last day depending on when we actually hit 2.5k or if we hit it. I'm going to venture a guess and say that we will hit it, as we've done it successfully in previous iterations of the challenge. But yeah, tune in. We're going to have a good time. Danny said she will put up the Danny cam if we are able to. And since it's a whole day stream, you should have plenty of time to tune in for at least a bit of it. One other thing I have to mention before we get started with the dungeon is that you can go to the link at the top of the description and vote for which spec I should play in the next 0 to hero, unrelated to the Mediocre Push. So head on over there and pick which, I believe, healer we're going to be playing. The reason I say I believe healer is because we now have the votes coming in, and it's 218 points for healer, 162 points for range DPS, and 136 points for melee DPS. So not many people give a shit about melee DPS. But yes, with those announcements slash requests out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and queue up for some dungeons. We're getting declines, we're getting the D-lists, we're getting all sorts of things, but we're going to get in there and it'll be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Or maybe it'll be difficult, squeezy difficult. Or is it difficult, lemon difficult? I don't know at this point. And here we go with a Theater of Pain plus 10 on Voidbound, Tyrannical, and Fortified, obviously. We're going to get started by doing this trash pack because we don't have a reliable skip. I think our guy wants to paralysis into bounce. Okay, let's try paralysis into bounce. I got a bad feeling that it's not really going to work, but we'll see how it ends up working out. Let's do this. Leroy skip skins? I don't know. I've had paralysis not work out like that before, and we're just hoping that once it runs out, we don't have that issue. I'm going to focus my DPS on the Bloodhorn, whatever it is, because the reason being is I don't want to let these raging tantrums go out over and over again. We have some kind of soothe. I'm assuming it's the hunter soothing it. That is my assumption. There's the cone. I'm going to move over to this side. I'm going to use Icebound Fortitude and Dancing Rune Weapon. Tantrum goes out again. Our hunter might kick the bucket here. Never mind. He was soothed again, so we're okay. We just need this Bloodhorn to die. Once the Bloodhorn dies, I think we got enough to survive. I am a little confused here as to why people are cutting us off with the ranged. Oh, yeah, there's the thing that I was expecting to happen. I said we had no reliable skip, and now we have contenders here. I'm dead because of the damage just going out at that point. Just reset. I called it at the start that it's not a reliable skip, and that is what we get. Let me see. Does this guy have the soothe thing? He does not have the soothe thing from what I can see. Yeah. We tried their way. We're going to try it our way now, which is doing this. We're going to see if that works out better for us. I don't know if it will, but we gonna find out. Only one way to find out. Luckily, this isn't a huge setback. I mean, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. We got through a good chunk of that boss fight, and then we got a full wipe into a loss of bloodlust as well, and probably a desync of cooldowns. So we're gonna see how that ends up working out, but I got a feeling we can still time this. Ah, shit, man. I need so little rating that at this point, I feel like even if I don't time the 10, I'm still gonna get enough rating. I just need 3 rating and I'm donezo. All right, let's move on to the boss fight. Should have a unique advantage here where I'm starting off with a bunch of stacks of Bone Shield, so I can spend all of my stuff into damage and self-sustain, which is nice. That Mortal Strike definitely hurting. The Capitato over here needs to die, I think. But we'll see how that ends up working out. I'm not sure which one people are going to be focusing. I'm going to use an anti-magic shell here because I do believe we're going to get the thingy thing with the stuffy stuff soon. The circles on everyone. So I might be needing to avoid getting that. Never mind, I used it too soon. I'm going to go in this direction and just see if I can make that work, just because that'll give us more space. I'm getting some help from my friend here in the form of a external, because I'm letting my Bone Shield charges drop because I'm focusing on actually death striking. And there we go. Dancing Rune Weapon should take care of that. We're going to go ahead and use Tombstone as well to drop the Dancing Rune Weapon cooldown immediately, along with Bone Storm. And there we go. I'm gonna keep kicking this. I should probably be putting more damage into the Capitato over here. That's a very, very, very dangerous potato right there. The reason I want to focus on taking him down is because, well, he just hurts. He does that Mortal Strike, and that cuts my healing, and having my healing cut is not a fun feeling for a Blood DK. If I was something like, I don't know, a freaking, what's it called? A Prot Warrior, I wouldn't give a shit. I just block everything, and it's fine. But with this dude smacking me in the face this hard, while also putting a, whatchamacallit, a heal cut on me, not a big fan. I'm gonna go ahead and keep interrupting this guy. And Slow and Steady seems to be winning the race, even though we had to do a wipe. We're still getting good time, I think. People are doing pretty decent DPS. We just had a death here. Oh man, please don't let me die here. Oh boy. Do I CR at the end of the boss fight? I don't think I should. I'm gonna try and stand in this corner. Please kill the emissary, thank you. We could use that buff. I could use that buff just for the actual survivability it'll give me. The Capitato going down last. I don't know how we lost our guy here, but I think we're good. Noxious Spores is dead. The guy casting it is dead. Guys, this is looking a little shaky here. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's looking a little shaky here. I'm not, but we'll see how it ends up happening for the rest of the dungeon. Lots of we'll sees so far, but the Capitato goes down. People can release. It's not like they have anything to pull on their way here. And now we really need to just skip absolutely everything we can, because everything else will be a waste of percent, right? We'll get more percent than we need. But we'll see how that skip goes with the big fat guy, the what's it called? The gas bag. That's the real skip. Everything else we're kind of okay on. Since we used Bloodlust, I think we can get it by the time we go to Gore Chop. I'm gonna go Gore Chop side because I want to have Bloodlust for Gore Chop, and I feel like the trash leading up to him is going to take us about 5 minutes to clear anyway. So let's try and get our blood boils onto these bad boys. Dancing Rune Weapon is still up, so I want to make use of that by building up some bone shield charges, which I can then dump into all of the other things. This charge gets kicked. We have a French person spamming the chat with their LVUI add-on, which I really hope that they at some point change that stupid default setting of it going into party chat instead of going into emotes or just not showing up at all. It's not, nobody is impressed anymore if you kick something. It's just kind of expected from you. It's not really a cool thing. Like, just kick. You don't need to announce it to everyone. Anyone that actually cares will probably see it over here in this. Speaking of which, why is that all the way over there? Did I accidentally move it? I think I need to lock it in or something. There we go. Now it's at a corrector spot. I didn't want to pull these guys in because chaining at that percent just didn't make any sense to me. We're going to grip these as they jump out. Hopefully the ranged figure out how to get closer into melee. Maybe one day that'll happen. You know what? F it. I'll just stand on top of them. Now watch them run away and get away from it. Stack up. Man, love standing closer to range DPS and then they move further away because God forbid you're in melee range and freak out. I mean, come on. Literally just stand on top of us. We'll kill the mobs faster because they won't be jumping into Narnia to try to reach you. Okay, let's see. Do we do the skip correctly? Did bro stand in the... That's impressive. That is next level impressive. We're not going to make it to this one, so we're going to wait for this one to come up. Please stand the... And we got to kill it now. Release. Oh, the guy's... Oh, offline. The guy's offline. The party lead is offline. Guys, can anything else go pear-shaped in this dungeon? I don't... We just had to pull extra. We had the first boss wipe. I don't know, man. This is not encouraging. If my guy is not back within a minute, I'm just gonna leave. Like, because this is just stupid. I'm not gonna waste my morning doing this. Okay, our guy is back. He can now release. I see that he's back online, so that's something at least. And we have a guaranteed skip, or not skip. You could just walk through after killing this gas bag dude. I'm really hoping I don't get hit here. That's fine. Okay. We're back on track. My guy, the party lead, is back online, so we got that going for us, which is nice. We would have had to wait there either way for them to reconnect, so killing the gas bags actually wasn't that big of a deal. It was shitty that they disconnected, but, you know, it ends up working out. Mage could probably not get any further away from us if he tried. The only way he can do that is by getting out of line of sight. So maybe potentially they will actually move back towards us. I'm going to save my thingy thing with the stuffy stuff. What's it called? My grippy hands for the next pull where there's a bunch of the little shits that jump away, because we'll have to deal with those as well. So I'm just going to hold it here. It's not a big deal. Can use Dancing Rune Weapon, drop a D&D, then use our Tombstone, because that's off cooldown now. This guy's going to start casting his thing, but it doesn't matter because he's just about dead. We're going to move on into the next pull. This is where I will drop my grippy hands like so. And there we go. We have 24 seconds until Bloodlust. We're going to pull the next group into Bloodlust and then kill them. Wait, where did that guy come from? It was real far away. Oh, our healer's dead. Okay. Well, now... How did he die? Because I didn't have aggro on that? Because it didn't get gripped back? How are... I guess people are dying to the jumps? Is that it? Or are they standing in poo-poo? I don't know if they're standing in poo-poo. Or does this just deal a bunch of damage to everyone around them very, very often? The emissary is going to go off with more than half its shield. That's going to be a big one. Guys, what is going on? This dungeon's really not that difficult. Is it the offlines and the people being AFK and the who knows what shits? Like what's the issue here? What's the bottleneck? What's causing us trouble? I guess I'll just solo this pack. Okay, somebody already left. The party lead left because we have 12 deaths starting. He was very disappointed with us at the start. I'm gonna go stand in stuff. Can I jump over the edge here? No, I can't. I'm gonna go die so I can... Yeah, somebody else already left. All right, let's get disoriented and killed, and then we're gonna... I don't know. I think it started off on the wrong foot. Why did I get... Please don't heal me. I'm actively trying to die. People have left the party, bro. I'm gonna do the same. At least I wasn't the one that had to leave first, so that's nice. Return me to the surface so I can stand outside of the dungeon and wait for a group that actually wants to do the dungeon and actually wants to try. That was a little annoying. Our blood DK or our unholy DK friend was not having a good time, so he dipped. After he disconnected, I think that's also what kind of contributed to him not wanting to really play with us anymore. Well, we'll see what happens with the next one. Is this gonna be the longest amount of time I need to actually clear a dungeon? I don't know. That's a lot of 10 Theater of Pains. Holy shit. Let's see if one of them is successful. And here we go again with a plus 10 Theater of Pain. This time we have things that can actually skip this for us. We have a slightly undergeared... What is it? Why does it say... Okay, never mind. I thought it said it was a Feral Druid. It is not a Feral Druid. Let's try and get set up here. I'm gonna interrupt that, get a Death Strike in early on. And then let's pop everything. I'm going to focus into the Bloodhorn. We do get a Dispel, or rather a Soothe, on the Enrage, which means that this group is not messing around. But then again, we did get a Soothe on the previous group as well, but that didn't really work out. So maybe Soothe is not the best foreseer of things to come, is it? Alright, trying to get all of my stuff out. I'm going to try and position in such a way that we don't waste too much space. We managed to get to this position. We're going to try and go towards the priest now. I'm going to use anti-magic shell here to try and prevent some of these debuffs. And we're going to Lichborn the next Mortal Strike, I think. But we'll see how that ends up working out. I can kick the next cast that goes out from the Accursed. There it is. The reason I would Lichborn is because I have a talent that makes Lichborn actually be a defensive when I use it. 15%, I do believe. There's the Necrotic Bolt. Let's reapply our Vampiric Embrace, or not Embrace, Vampiric Blood. We're going to go in this direction. That's going to cut off the Druid, but I don't think it's going to be a huge issue. We really need to get my Bone Shield charges back up, man. Maintaining these sucks ass, bro. It sucks. I'm going to try and grip this guy. I can't even reach it. I can't even reach it. I'm going to pop my Purgatory here. I should be okay now after this. Never mind, I'm not. I need a quick CR. I died because I was trying to get a taunt off on that guy. This is a reset. Let's get another suit on this. Not a huge fan of how things are going at the moment. I should not be dying to this, yet I am. I kind of suck at this class. I need to manage my runic power better. I'm kind of mashing Death Strikes into nothing. So let's try and do that this run. Please don't let me die. Please don't let me die. There we go. Okay. I feel better about it now. Oh, I'm getting far too close to this Mortal Strike thing. Freaking sucks. Okay. I'm going to just focus on damaging the Capitato here. I'm going to Icebound Fortitude, try and keep myself safe. There's just a lot of things going wrong for me right now, and I really don't like it. I don't have space, so I can't really melee any of these fuckers. Getting to be a bit rough. I'm not really a huge fan of the whole blood DK thing. But we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work for this dungeon, and then I don't have to play it anymore. It's going to be nice. Let's get a Tombstone out. Keep those Bone Shield charges going. A kick comes out, so they all stack up. Gonna Lichborn here for the Mighty Smash. Mortal Strike goes out. I don't need to use a Death Strike right now, so I'm not going to. Maybe use once just so I'm not capped out on the thing. Our friend the Druid is now stacking with us, as he should, as all range should whenever you're playing this boss fight. Just stack in melee so that people can actually stack things as expected. Saving Rune of Power for when I need it. I am capped, but I don't care. I know I could get some damage out, but I'd rather have Death Strikes available when I actually need them than just mash them out, because that seems to be getting me killed. All right, much better this time around. I feel. We all somehow we did. It feels like this was a much shorter fight than last time, and I don't know why. I wouldn't even be able to tell you. Maybe people weren't focusing on the same targets, so we had spread like a spread. I don't know what to call that. Like everyone focuses their own target kind of thing. But this felt extremely quick compared to the first time we attempted this boss fight. I guess everyone blasted the bull. The bull died super fast, and then they had no juice left for the bosses. That worked out much better. Our friend the priest seems to be heading out of the dungeon. He's gonna get pulled back into this though. Yep. I don't know. Was he trying to like respec into something? Is he in the raid build or something? Like, look, his damage is looking a little low there. I thought that our druid was going to be the issue with 645, but he is not. We have 8 minutes left on this. Let's go gore chop. I do believe we're going to have our bloodlust back by then. I'm going to start off with dancing rune weapon and then grippy hands here for all of these guys. And by the time we get to the next section, we're going to have everything available. Let's grip this guy in. Natty, and then we're going to focus on the guys that do the big nasty thing that blows people up. So it gets beamed. They're all beamed. Beautiful. Yoink back was used up. This didn't get interrupted apparently. We're going to get a stun on it, and now I have a kick available. We're going to kick it. Beautiful. Dancing rune weapon is back up. We will kill the affix, and then I'll drag in the next group. Next group is far away, so I won't. Just gonna leave it as is. Affix is not dying very quickly, but that's okay. I'm a little surprised that our Shadow Priest friend is not doing as much damage as our Balanced Druid, considering the item levels. But then again, Shadow Priest kind of sucks this season. I don't know, man. I gave it a shot, and I couldn't find enough damage. Maybe it starts doing damage in the hierarchies, maybe-ish, but like on a boss fight, it should still be doing well, especially with a triple, like 3-target boss fight, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm just completely wrong about that, but I don't really care. Yoink back comes in strong from the druid. Love to see it. I'm gonna get some kicks out, get some grips out. God forbid the range stack in melee so that these actually stay stacked so we can actually kill them quicker. I'm gonna try and stack them back up. I'm gonna rip this over. And I think our priest went, reset his talents, and came back. So let's see how that works out for him. Hopefully now he does more damage. We should be going this side. I think we have a better chance of going this side. Just wait for it to back up. Please don't stand and please don't stand that close. Please don't stand that. Oh God, I'm just a little irritated because last time somebody also walked up and just ate poo-poo. I'm gonna let this guy run first. He's braver than all of us, and if that pulls, I'm just gonna hit it. Even if it pulls, it's not a huge deal. That just means we don't have to kill trash later on. But if we successfully skip this, when we go to the mage area, I'm going to pull some guys on the side that are easier to kill, because what that'll do is it'll let us it'll let us skip the trash before the last boss, for the last bit of percent that we need. So let's get that going. I'm gonna hold grippy hand. Nah, I'm not gonna hold the grippy hands. I'm gonna have it for the start of the boss if I use it here. And these guys are just as annoying as the other guys that we have to pull just in a second here. So we'll get a yoink back for them, and that'll work out just fine. I'm gonna drop a D&D here, get my bone shield charges back up. A yoink back from the from the druid would come in really handy here because I don't have my grippy hands. I did use my death grips as best I could. What could also help is just us staying on top of ranged, because I don't think the ranged are ever gonna step closer if it costs them globals. All right, now with this guy being the only one that jumps now, I'm just gonna take it like this. We don't have bloodlust for gore chop. I underestimated the DPS of this group. They were able to really blast through this area. Plus, I guess last time when we did this in the previous run, I'm just gonna take it into boss. I think that's a good call. So let's drop D&D here, reach and get all our stacks back, get our tombstone out. We should shortly have a dancing rune weapon available, and that'll be great. 30 seconds until grippy hands. Grippy hands will trivialize the add part of this encounter. I'm going to grip this guy, make sure oh, Jesus Christ, silenced. Okay, not good, but we made it work. I was trying to reach forward so I could actually grip the guy. I have this thing where I keep stepping into random shit, or stepping out of, like, not getting death strikes in when I need to, because I'm stepping away to try and handle something that's really far away from me. It's a really bad habit, and I should probably break it, but we'll make sure that we try to work on that. Luckily, I don't have to work on it for much longer, considering the fact that I won't be playing the spec for much longer, thank goodness. But now I think grippy hands is not valuable, considering we have we have everything stacked up. I'm gonna hit this guy, blood boil this guy, and drop D&D here, getting my butt whooped by gore chop. And now we're going to use grippy hands. Grippy hands is going to help group these guys up. We're going to use it for the utility and the damage. We're going to try and get our tombstone and bone storm out so we can lower the cooldown on our thingy thing with the stuffy stuff. What's that called? Ooh, I have to step closer to the chains and then move out. Okay, That was a tense moment there, so I shut up. We can lower the cooldown on our dancing rune weapon. I'm trying to, I guess I need to get closer to my friends here so that these guys don't keep jumping so far and we can actually kill them. Dancing rune weapon is just about ready to go out. There it is. Let us do so. I'm gonna hit this guy, grip this guy, and then get ready for a hateful strike probably here in a second. Really need to move. I needed to hustle out of that. Again, range could step closer to us. We're gonna try and switch over to the emissary. Hateful strike coming out right after this. We're gonna icebound fortitude here. Taunt this guy, grip this guy. Hateful strike comes out during icebound fortitude, so I'm not as scared from it while having to focus on other things such as grouping these guys because our range doesn't know how to step closer to the boss. There we go. Hateful strike comes out. I'm not worried because I'm not focusing on anything else. I can immediately respond to it. I can grip this guy. Blood boil while he's on top of us. Our friend stood in some doo-doo. We're going to go ahead and res them. Not an ideal spot for melee to stand in, but it's okay. We'll make it work. Gore Chop almost dead without a bloodlust. We're gonna go Gaz next, or Vaz, or whatever the hell the name is for the guy that's more worth bloodlusting than the mage boss, because we want to do that with bloodlust. 56 seconds until bloodlust. Maybe big pull at mage boss with bloodlust. I think that's better, because then we'll get maybe one more extra bloodlust out of all of it. I guess we don't have a bloodlust, we have drums, but I'm sure they know what I mean by that. All right, let's go. My job here is to build up bone shield charges while also charging through. Oh god, we lost our priest on the way there to one of the circles. It's not great. Gonna put out dancing rune weapon. We got the big guy. Okay, we're gonna send our drums right now and we're gonna start gripping. Grippy hands. Okay, beautiful. I think that we're good now. We're gonna use dancing rune weapon and everything, or actually not dancing rune weapon but the bone storm and whatnot. We put out some AoE CC. Ideally would have a beam come down here. A beam would be great now, druid. A beam, 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 please beam. Thank you for remembering that that button exists. Whew. Okay, that was scary because people are starting to die. It wasn't pretty, but with the beam we keep them silenced for a long time and it all works out. Soulstorm comes out. Doesn't matter too much with just the Soulstorm coming out. Okay, King of the Bongo saves the day. We're gonna go left because there's no reason to go right, honestly. I feel like going right, you have to deal with these two and it doesn't spark joy at all. Bone shield charges just dropped right as we got into combat. If I had opened with a Marrow Rend or a Death's Caress, I would have been able to get my bone shield charges to stick, but it's not a big deal. The volley comes out, we're gonna grip it. I have a kick available, but I'm gonna send it onto the soul binder. I don't think the beam matters as much, or maybe I'm completely wrong about that. I don't know, but I'm sure we had some kind of AoE CC we could have used for that to prevent damage coming out. Okay, another decently dangerous pull. We're gonna wait for the Bone Magus to die, then I'll grab... Actually, no, we said we don't need to do that. Or no, we said we do need to do that. Okay, let's get started anyway. Bone Magus gets Dispel Magicked, so he loses his shield, which is beautiful. Or maybe one of the what are they called? Paladins is a Blood Elf, so they used the Blood Elf racial next to them, and that works out too. We're gonna wait for the storm to end, and then we're gonna grab the extra soul binder over there. Kick this guy, then when Soulstorm ends, we grab the soul binder right about like this. There we go. That should do the trick. Everything is now easy peasy lemon squeezy. We're gonna send some cooldowns into this because we just expanded the pull, made it a bit more dangerous. We're gonna blind here, interrupt 2 channels, grip this to interrupt the channel. I still have my kick available for this necrotic bolt. Another Soulstorm goes out, but it dies mid-Soulstorm, so it's not a fully channeled one, which does way less damage, obviously. And easy peasy lemon squeezy, that does the trick. Okay, we're grabbing this. Please go left. I would prefer to go left. We have a decurse, so that'll make it much easier if the druid decides to use it, which I believe they will, because they're kind of blasting the damage, and I didn't expect that from a 645 doo-doo. So that's working out quite nice in our favor. Gonna drop the cooldown of all that. I think with the one group extra that we pulled, we shouldn't need anything else from the dungeon. I think we have enough percent without having to pull the first guys in the first, like in the starting area. So that is nice. One Decurse does go out. A new one can go out now on the druid. That would be good. Or they can just move. I guess they don't care too much. They can get one cast out, then move out of the circle, and then keep that rolling. They should dispel the priest, though, right now. That would be good if they dispel the priest. I guess they don't want to do that, so... Anyway, let me get up there first so I don't have to worry about somebody getting punched in the face. Let's walk in here with a blood boil, kick that spear, and I don't have to worry about anything else. These guys have been great about kicks, so I don't have to worry about it. I do like feel bad about the first pull of the first boss being a bit of a failure because of me dying trying to death grip the whatchamacallit, the affix. I wanted to taunt or death grip it. It doesn't matter which one I do because death grip taunts, but it just felt It felt bad. I shouldn't have died there, and I feel like if I just manage my runic power better, I can just live anything. That's literally it. I don't really need to worry about tank busters or anything like that. We're going to hold our dancing rune weapon because there's nothing left to spend it on. This guy's going to die very, very quickly, and I'd rather have it for the start of the boss than have to work my way back up to it. We have all our cooldowns ready for the boss, so I feel like that's going to work out quite nicely. I'm going to grab a ground marker. I'm going to place it over here, and I'm going to tank opposite of that. So let's drop D&D, drop a taunt, drop our things, get our 7 stacks immediately. Just spamming stacks of Essence of the Blood Queen. That's what we want here. I don't care about the orb traveling through me. That really doesn't matter to me at the moment. What I really care about is making sure nobody else gets hit by that beam. That's why I'm stacking opposite of this spot. Okay, nobody wants to actually... Are we blind or stupid? Which is it? Tell me, are we blind or stupid? Okay, whatever. I'm chains of icing these on cooldown so that I make sure that they don't reach the actual boss. We're gonna blind these. I think they're getting knocked back by the yoink back thing. I'm just gonna step away. I'm not gonna use grippy hands. Now I use grippy hands. Okay, that was stupid as hell. I'm just gonna ping this so people know where to stand in the future. I'm gonna ping it again just so that they know. Because I guess a moon marker doesn't mean anything. If it was a skull marker, maybe then it would notice. I don't know. But that was annoying as hell. These guys are probably a 4-stack pre-made or some shit, and that's why they're doing their thing, where they kind of ignore anything I suggest. But that's okay. They're probably talking to each other like, hey, let's just put it at the entrance. That's how we usually do it or whatever. And they didn't notice the marker. I'll leave the marker here because when you stand right here... Okay, well this is casting, so I'm going to grip this guy over and slow it down so they can get cleaved down. The reason I stepped away was because the boss was casting, which means he will not melee, which means I can step away from melee and not get anyone meleeed in the process. So that's the reason why I stepped away from melee. You saw that all of them were stacked over there. The reason for that is because it'll go to the closest wall that you're at when you stand in melee. If you stand in this, the closest wall is still here and not there. So it's better to stack here. That way your tank doesn't have to leave melee and risk a a boss auto attack hitting someone. They can just stand in melee and drop it off right next to them. Somebody explained this to me, I believe, in a stream or like on a comment on a YouTube video. Either way, I'm super happy that I know that now because it has trivialized the drop-off for tanks. People are still not really stacking on the moon marker, but it's whatever. Boss is basically dead. We don't have to do anything to these guys. We just keep hitting the boss, and I can recognize that that is what's happening because the boss goes down without those guys getting cleaved down. So that works out. I'm quite happy with it. 3 minutes remaining until we get another Bloodlust. By the time we reach the next boss, we will probably have Bloodlust again. So that kind of works out, but we won't have it for the 50% breakpoint on the next boss, or on the last boss, which might be a bit of an annoying thing, but it's okay. We just go ham. I'm gonna pull this guy, drop a new D&D, IBF, drop my parry weapon, dancing parry weapon. We're gonna stand in this. I should be okay. I have all my defensives and everything. I don't feel the need to move out of that. This I will move out of because why not? I can without moving the mini boss too much. We're gonna get meleeed a bit, and then we're going to use Dance or Death Strike because there's no reason to use Death Strike at full health in that situation. You're much better off getting some damage out of it or getting some extra healing out of it. Savage Flurry goes out. We have to Death Strike at the right time, which is when we're super duper low. There's the Whirlwind. We're gonna try and live that. Ooh, our Paladin. Our Paladin friend tried to do the save. I think you need a bubble for that, friend. I think you need a bubble for that. And there we go. We managed to parry most of that. Our Paladin friend seems to be AFK or something. People are dying to the AoE. I proc my... Okay, we're not standing in this one, I'll tell you that much. Man, this guy really hurts. Okay, I don't like him. He's a big meanie poo-poo face. I don't have enough runic power for this. Please don't kill me, sir. That's kind of scary. What the hell, man? Okay, and he's dead. Thank goodness. We're gonna kill this while we drag it. People can hit it. Everyone has ways to hit it. I'm gonna build up dancing or bone shield charges on that. And then we're gonna move on to this bit. Okay, this one also does kind of the same thing. He doesn't do the Savage Flurry or anything. He does hit me for a lot though. I think Colossus Smash. I parried the Colossus Smash, so never mind about that. We have a big old shield from our tombstone here, so I'm just gonna stand in that Whirlwind. Oh boy, okay, that's a lot easier than the next one. This one's getting bursted down. People are blasting the DPS on it, it feels like. Either that or he's just way squishier than the other one. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, but guys, I feel like I'm just not playing this spec well. I feel like I'm just messing up all the time with managing my runic power. I don't know what else I could do really better. I just kind of need to get more practice in it. Commentating is probably not helping my case here. This guy's about to die, so I'm not going to spend my Dancing Rune Weapon or anything like that. I'm going to use that on the trash coming up here in a moment. One more Death Strike should kill it. We drop a D&D, Dancing Rune Weapon to reduce the damage being taken. Get that runic power up, and then Death Strike immediately. We kick that. We got a beam down. That works as well. I'm going to grip these guys back in, make sure they're all nice and pixel stacked. That way we can increase the group's damage being done to them. If the Arbalists have a habit of just running off to the side, so if you can group them, okay. If you can group them, I thought that we were just spreading them out for some reason. But like I said, if you can group the Arbalists, you can let your group do quite a bit more damage, which is nice. There's the Emissary. We're going to focus the Emissary now. We have a Dancing Rune Weapon coming up. We're going to use that. While we're getting hit by multiple things, we're going to try and keep that Dancing Rune Weapon cooldown getting lowered. The conscripts don't really do anything, so I'm going to go activate the next thing. Nevermore, back on me. Nevermore is the one that drops the swirlies, so we want to stack. I'm going to ping here, and then I'm going to ping that I'm going there next. Let's make sure that we keep Death Striking while I'm communicating with my team. Seismic Stomp goes out, not as bad as the big old thing that the other guy did, the Earthbreaker, the guy that we fought first. And with everyone stacking, as you can see, it's very easy to manage these swirly boys. They're also very, very apparent where they are now that they've added a visual for it, which is very, very nice. They didn't used to have that, and you used to kind of just not be able to see where they are. But now it's very readily apparent where you should, where you shouldn't stand, let's put it that way. That person's going all the way up there. I need a Death Strike in immediately. There we go. There's a Colossus Smash. There's blades that are going to drop out. One person dropped them over there, but I think these don't spawn in. Emissary, I'm going to ping the Emissary. I'm going to walk through this, I guess. Do they not do damage? I need the guys to work on this. I guess we're just letting it time out instead of killing it. Why are we not at least trying to cast spells at it to get the buff? There we go. We got the buff. Now let's go here. I'm going to drums immediately because everyone is here. You may as well drum while everyone is here rather than drumming later. You don't get perfect uptime on it, but I don't think you get it either when you use it when people don't have their cooldowns, because nobody holds. Let's be real. Nobody's going to hold their cooldowns in a pug where it's unorganized and you don't know when the Bloodlust is going to go off. And here, we're getting good value out of it. Drums are still active. We might lose a few, like maybe 10 seconds of the drums near the end here. Deafening Crash goes out. I don't want to stand in that. I've learned my lesson. We're going to lose about 8 seconds of drums here from people being tossed into the middle, but that's okay. It's the Boomy and the Red Paladin. The Red Paladin should just take the Boomy out real quick. That would be what I would do, is I would go for the Red Paladin getting the kill, because the Boomy is first of all lower item level, so his max HP is lower, and then if he goes it just turns around and sits down, it's super easy for the Red Paladin to take him out. The reason you sit down is because you get crit when you're sitting down. So you turn around, turn your back if you want to die in that PvP thing. You turn around and you sit down, you spam the sit button, because every time you get hit, it makes your character want to stand up. So you just spam the sit button, and that way you can just get a bunch of extra damage for the other person by letting them crit you. Fun facts with Vlad. This boss is getting absolutely melted. Love to see it. Maybe the group wanted to save the drums for the last boss 50%, but I feel like this is fine too. If we can skip an intermission on this guy, that's a good chunk of time saved. We have 6 minutes 40. We're about to kill the boss here. 50 million remaining. We have our Balanced Druid here remaining with us. We're just going to kill the boss. I think just killing the boss is the right call here. I think we kill him. 10 million left. It's a couple of hits before he even does his stuff. So let's do that. And we're moving on to the last boss with 6 minutes remaining. That is, I believe, plenty of time. We have percent thanks to the one group extra that we pulled over in the thingy with the stuff in the mage place where you have to teleport, or not teleport, but like travel between the platforms. We pulled an extra group so we don't have to pull this. The reason we would pull this is because I skipped basically everything you can skip in the dungeon, excluding the last mini boss. I never skipped the last mini boss because it's kind of annoying to try and organize a pug around it. With Stampeding Roar, you can kind of do it. You just Stampeding Roar everyone at the same time, or with a Warlock Gate, you can place the Warlock Gate on the upper platform where you have to travel to. But yes, let us begin this boss fight. Oh, I used it way too early. Never mind, I didn't use it way too early. That's a lie. We're gonna use Grippy Hands on the first set of adds. That way we can group all of them up. Reaping Scythe comes out, we recover with a Death Strike, and that is a-okay. We can anti-magic shell the Death Strike, but what I would much rather do is reduce the number of adds being spawned in by the thing. Gasping Rift comes out, which means we need to use our anti-magic shell. Why? Because then I don't get this circle. If I don't get that circle, there's no adds. I'm going to use Grippy Hands here now. Everything should be grouping up, including that guy. We're knocking them all around, which is not great. We're going to grip this guy just to make sure that it actually does get gripped. That knockback wasn't really great. by the druid, but it worked out in the end because none of them got their casts off, and that's what matters. That's what actually matters, is that they don't get their casts out. I'm going to recover from the Reaping Scythe with a Death Strike. Grasping Rift comes out, this time with no adds being spawned. The next Grasping Rift will spawn adds, so every other rift spawns adds at the same time. So the next rift, usually the second rift that goes out, is during the extra damage phase here. We're going to Lichborn that just to reduce the damage we're taking because I wasn't sure about my runic power situation. Beam comes out. We don't have to stand in that, so we're just going to move over to the side. Beautiful. Reducing the cooldown of everything, or by everything I mean our Dancing Rune Weapon. Reducing its cooldown quite efficiently here. We're not going to have grippy hands, but we will be able to kick one and grip two adds when they come out. When I see Grasping Rift, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use a anti-magic shell. The reason I do that again is to not spawn an add, so let us just quickly get to that. I do believe Grasping Rift is coming up after this scythe, or maybe a scythe is coming up now. We're going to use anti-magic shell to make sure that we don't drop an add. Okay, anti-magic shell helps with that tank buster, grip, and that's the best I can do right now. Dark Devastation coming out. We got to make sure nobody gets hit by that. We're going to grip again. No. Can I kick? No. Can I blind? I can blind. That's something. Then we grip. I can't. I could have kicked at that point, but it was dead, so it didn't matter. Reaping Scythe comes out. We have a Death Strike to immediately recover from that. Bone Storm goes out. Grasping Rift this time, no adds, so it doesn't matter. Bulls are coming through. None are going towards us. That is good. Dark Devastation comes out. People are moving out of it. Very nice. And that should be the boss dead, us with 3 minutes remaining, and that was a blast. Okay, sorry about dying on the first boss. That was nice. That was really nice. Shield the YouTube channel. I still have a shit key. I think I have a 7. I'm not going to bother with that. And I'm going to peace out. Hope these guys had fun. Hopefully I didn't ruin the key too much with dying on the first boss. Could have potentially been a 2-star if we had pulled it off there on the first boss, but it didn't work out. Friends, that is me on the Blood DK at 2,538 ratings. So we got 38 rating more than we needed. We got, what was that? 41 rating total from this key, which was great. And we're all done with the Blood DK 0 to Hero. I don't think this is a character I want to take to 3K. I am just not very good at it. I can't pay attention enough to actually manage my runic power well enough to not just fall over constantly. So I feel like if I'm going to go to 3K in a series, it's going to be with a different character. Might be a red paladin, who knows? But yes, I would like to remind you once again to go and vote for which spec you want me to play in the next upcoming series. The link to that is at the top of the description. A friendly reminder that you're supposed to drag the options around so that you can put your favorite at the top and your least favorite at the bottom. That way you distribute the points. The things you like more, they get more points. The things you like less, they get less points. And overall, you have a better chance of getting what you want. Another reminder, this Friday, make sure you tune in, or rather the entire weekend, make sure you tune in as Danny and I take on the Weekend Challenge, also known as the Mediocre Push, where we take 2 brand new, freshly dinged 80 characters from 0 to Hero over the span of a weekend. It's basically 3 12-hour streams, and we're going to have a great time doing it. Also, since this is the end of the series, tomorrow we'll be leveling a new character, which is also a whole day stream. So just really big streams coming out over the span of this week. Make sure you tune in. And again, make sure you vote so I know what I'm actually making tomorrow. But that's enough demands from yours truly. I'd like to thank you for hanging out with me while I do my Blood DK thing throughout the streams and in these videos. It's truly been a pleasure. But that's pretty much it for this series. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, let me know what you liked about it in a comment down below. If you had fun, make sure you subscribe because there's more series coming. And if you want to see what happens between these episodes and between these series, you can check out the stream. If you can't make it to the stream, you can check out the live section of this channel for the VODs. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next series. I finally don't have to play this character anymore. I don't have to die embarrassing deaths anymore. I don't have to manage runic power while commentating anymore. Holy FPS drop, Batman.